Bosma Enterprises, bosma.org. A woman at a kitchen counter.
Well, my son Joe is awesome. Joe has some special challenges. He's losing his vision, but things are looking up for Joe.
Joe's awesome.
An older man.
Joe is...
beard, no mustache.
He's 21, getting ready to turn 22. And unfortunately, Joe was diagnosed at the age of 15 with retinitis pigmentosa.
When I was diagnosed, everything kind of made sense. Everybody thought I was just a really clumsy kid, and couldn't really go trick-or-treating on Halloween because I could never really see at night.
We would reflect about like when Joe was a youngster going trick-or-treating, always falling off the porch.
Joe using a white cane.
Always tripping, not really liking to have the lights off at night. So all of that made sense after we found out about the diagnosis.
We were devastated. Kind of like all your hopes and dreams for your child are squashed. It was heartbreaking because you feel this sense of hopelessness for your child.
It was really scary at first, not knowing, what was going to happen, not knowing what my future would entail. It was pretty much, this is the disease you have and there's no treatment for it. There's nothing we can do for you. When I was first diagnosed and I tried to hide my disability, it was mainly because I was embarrassed.
Wearing sunglasses.
And I didn't want people to feel guilty or sad that, I was going through what I was actually going through.
In a workshop.
It was, at first you were almost like in mourning because we weren't really sure what was going to happen. So there was a lot of unknown.
Just because someone's blind or visually impaired doesn't mean their life completely stops. They do just about everything a fully sighted person does. The way they do it is the difference.
Adjusting a leaf blower.
I heard about Bosma probably about 5 years ago.
Bosma was present at some of the vision walks that we had been involved in, and we had learned a little bit about Bosma and the hope and they offer to people that are losing their vision.
We went and took a tour of Bosma, my wife and I, and son Joe, and just fell in love with it. And we're at that stage in our life, and Joe's at that stage in his life where he needs help learning how to live his life with low vision.
So the rehabilitation program that Joe has been involved in with Bosma has provided him with all kinds of tools. He's learned how to read Braille. He's learned how to use his computer where he can magnify print.
Reading with magnification.
He has learned how to kind of set up a household. So if he goes to the cabinet and he wants to get a can of beans, he knows how to label his food so it doesn't get mixed up with a can of corn.
Cooking in a stove.
As a parent, you always want to be there for your kids, and you do anything for your kids. But just being able to sit back and now watch him take off on his own and be able to do the things that we've always wanted him to do, it's put my mind at ease some too.
Bosma has helped me to be more independent, not having to rely on others for stuff that I can do now that I wasn't sure that I could still do.
We, as a family, jumped feet first into just raising money for awareness.
At a driving range.
And that is what's kind of evolved over the years, as we have a signature fundraiser, which is an annual golf outing for Joe's Fight for Sight.
We donated to Bosma Visionary Opportunities Foundation. We thought that Bosma would be the perfect recipient of the proceeds.
Bosma has opened my eyes big time. There's so many things that I am doing now that I didn't think I was going to be able to do again with my disability. I just love being at Bosma.
Bosma Enterprises, BOSMA.org.